January 9th, that is when we are going to get Phase 2 for Classic Fresh 20th Anniversary. What does that entail? That entails world bosses such as Azuregos and the fabled world boss Kazzak. These world bosses that are coming in Phase 2 have very great epic loot and will be highly contested. If you are on the opposite faction on a PvP server, look out, because what happened in 2019 I'm sure will repeat itself in the first few weeks of world bosses being out. They will be very hard and hectic, but I'm sure with a little layer hopping you may be able to find your way around and getting a world boss kill. Not only do we get world bosses, but we do get epic battleground loot. Now don't get excited just yet, because Warsong, Gulch, and Alterac Valley battlegrounds don't open until the 16th of January. But they said they've learned from their lesson last time with the original honor system, so we are going to be getting the classic era version of honor system, which is a lot more forgiving and, if you ask me, is probably a lot more friendly with today's hustle and bustle world. Now, it still will be pretty difficult. We can't get rank 14. That is actually probably a good thing. The honor cap will only be rank 11. They said they will extend the honor system past rank 11 to rank 14 shortly after the release of Blackwing Lair. So hopefully we get insight to seeing if we get the weapons before BWL or maybe a couple weeks into BWL. I'm interested to what we see. Do you think that them releasing the weapons after Blackwing Lair was a better idea or a worse idea? I would like to hear what you have to say in the comments below. Next thing that comes out is Dire Maul. Now, there's a few different versions of Dire Maul, north, east, and west. The Warlock and the Paladin mount quests are actually tied specifically to these dungeons, as well as the new Librams that we get in this phase for haste, and there's a few others. Haste just is the first one that comes off of my mind, as well as the class trinket books. Now these are going to be in Dire Maul, the instance, and you're going to need X amount of resources to do these. There's guides online, plenty of them are all out there. I can leave guides to the Warlock and the Paladin mounts in the description below as well for people that are looking for resources. I will also put the WOWHEAD guide. Now, something that I really wanted to talk about moving forward is, yes, it's all these great things are coming out, the world bosses, PvP systems coming out. In my opinion, it has the better version of ranking because it's more friendly to the general user and the general player. Obviously, there's going to be people that disagree. I really want to talk about from here on now, is this too fast? I have 2 weeks of raid resets. That's it. We are going into the 3rd week now personally. For me, this is my 3rd week of doing Molten Core and Onyxia. Does that not seem a little fast? I mean, I'm not worried by any means that we won't have enough content to play through the game, but I am just slightly worried that we are going to rip through the content and burn out. Like, me, myself, I've had 3 lockouts, okay? Now, I went fucking balls crazy, okay? Leveling? I don't know if everybody else did. I know a lot of my friends, I literally know one of my friends that actually reached 60. Everybody else that I started playing with on launch day has not reached 60 yet on the server that we all wanted to go. But I know the average player is probably just hitting 60 to finishing pre-bissing or just finally getting into their first week or 2 of MC. So does that not seem a little early for Phase 2? I'm not 100% certain, but I am excited that we are getting more content to fill out the game. It is classic. That is something that I was worried about, that within the first week or 2 I wasn't going to want to play anymore because there's nothing out, but with hopes of Battlegrounds coming out 2 weeks into January just about, that is an incentive for a lot of people to grind out things and, you know, stick with it if they were worried that the phases were going to be too long, but now I worry some of the phases might be disproportionate. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Put them down in the comments. I do want to leave a few resources. I do want to give a few shout outs. Sanmedina did a really good video recently of pieces that are coming in the Dire Maul North tribute runs. the new items that come out specifically for warriors, and it's super useful for the PvP server. I'm going to put that down in the description. Did see a video by Dwarflord explaining how much honor you'll exactly need for said things. I believe it was to rank 11, if I'm correct. I do want to put the video down in the description below, because I do believe that took quite a bit of time, and I want to admire some effort where effort's given. Now, this is probably going to be going up a few days later than everybody else's because of the holidays, so I believe like the day or 2 days after Christmas. So I'm really interested to see what some people say. Hopefully people get to see this and share what their leveling experience is so far. Have you made it to 60? Are you raiding? Are you still working on Prebis? I'd like to know. So yeah, thank you for watching, and happy holidays, and I hope you have a great new year.